We've got a 10 plus page report. There's a bunch of companies in this report that can help provide solutions around getting food items directly to the consumer or directly to the business operator. If you are looking at saying, hey, I want to own the marketplace opportunity, these SaaS tools could be another way to say, oh, I'm going to get the functionality and then I could build the marketplace around one of these companies. We have just released our FoodTech landscape. Anything and everything that you want to learn about the most promising food marketplace and food tech startups, this is where you need to go. Basically, what we've done is we've broken it out into 3 rough buckets here. So you can see there are B2B marketplace startups. This is all for food, B2B SaaS solutions, and B2C marketplaces. So there's some examples here. B2B food marketplace. There's this company called Restaurant Cheetah. They just raised another $30-something million round a few weeks ago. Congrats to them, where they're helping to connect food distributors and food providers with business customers. So pre-pandemic, this would be a lot of restaurants or different food operators. Post-pandemic, a little bit of a different story. You actually see a lot of the B2B marketplaces trying to go B2C. That's the third category here, are B2C marketplaces. Good Eggs is one example that I think they're just in the San Francisco area, but that's on the right side of this graph. These are B2C food marketplaces that would help a restaurant do not like prepared order delivery, but there's a lot of restaurants that are now selling kind of like grocery items to their customers. There's a lot of smaller bodegas and kind of like grocery stores that want to enable B2C food delivery to their customers. Not an Instacart. These are much smaller companies, more niche companies. Not an Instacart, not a Shipt. Those are obviously the 2 big giant B2C food marketplace startups, unicorns. But there's a bunch of other companies in this report that can help provide solutions around getting food delivery, food items, and not necessarily the prepared food, the restaurant food that's ready to eat, but everything else directly to the consumer or directly to the business operator. Or you have these SaaS tools that can provide you the functionality, but maybe they don't have the marketplace dynamic. So if you are looking at saying, hey, I want to own the marketplace opportunity, these SaaS tools could be another way to say, oh, I'm going to get the functionality and then I could build the marketplace around one of these companies. So for traditional food incumbents, if you are a B2B food distributor, B2B food manufacturer with some distribution heft, there's a lot of work going on in kind of 2 key areas here. I touched on it on the last episode, is how are you enabling distributors and other people in the food supply chain with e-commerce capabilities? Everyone needs e-commerce capabilities, especially around food and ingredients and grocery items. So how are you leveraging these companies and their technology and their infrastructure to help bring these e-commerce solutions to market faster? That's bucket 1. Bucket 2 is how are you leveraging the marketplace dynamic to expand the product catalog, source a wider variety of products, bring more competitive pricing into your product catalog. That's the whole dynamic with having third-party sellers participating in these marketplaces. They're going to make them more competitive on price, more pricing transparency, wider product catalog. And what that does is, if that's plugging into an existing e-commerce site, it's going to just make that e-commerce site more compelling because you're going to have more products and better prices. That's a win. And if you have salespeople, then it's going to bring tools, marketplace sales tools, to the salespeople so that when the salesperson gets an order or gets an inquiry from a customer, that salesperson now has the widest product catalog, so they can fulfill more orders and they can have less orders that they have to go and kind of source additional products that maybe you don't have. And you're going to have the best prices on the stuff that those salespeople are quoting. So it should mean that you win more orders either through the e-commerce site or through the salesperson. The deeper dive landscape, you got to download it. We've got a 10 plus page report that goes very deep into all of these different startups and how you can think about the different buckets
of value that they bring and how those could integrate into capturing these bigger picture food marketplace, food platform opportunities. So dig into that. The team really did a great job preparing all these materials and doing some deep dives there. And this was actually put together by Tri Tran, the co-founder and former CEO of a company called Munchery, which was a marketplace for prepared meal kits that he raised over $125 million for and built in a 5 or 6 year tenure there. So Tri understands the food stuff probably better than anyone or just as well as anyone else out there. Hi, this is Alex from Winner Take All. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the content. Feel free to leave a comment, ask us questions, and definitely make sure to join us on our next live stream.